I want to tell you something about the night I almost died. Not because I want sympathy. Not because I want you to feel sorry for me. I want to tell you because whoever did it to me might do it to you next. It started with a knock at the door. 3 knocks. Polite, unhurried. At 3:14 in the morning. I had just come home from a 12-hour shift at the hospital. My scrubs smelled like antiseptic and exhaustion. I kicked off my shoes and dropped my bag by the door. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet, the kind of quiet that hums in your ears. The only light was the one above the stove. I always leave it on when I come home late. It makes the place feel less empty. It doesn't really, but I pretend. And then knock, knock, knock. I froze. Not because someone knocking is unusual, but because no one had buzzed up from the lobby. My name is Zara Malek. I'm 28. I work nights in the ICU. If you want to understand me, understand this. I hold the hands of dying strangers for a living. I'm not easily frightened, but something about that knock. It wasn't loud, it wasn't aggressive, it was patient. I stood in the hallway, still wearing my coat, keys in my hand, staring at the door like it might breathe. You know that feeling? When something doesn't make sense, but your body already knows the truth? Your heart speeds up. Your skin goes cold. Every instinct leans forward and whispers, "Don't." I told myself it was a neighbor. Maybe Mr. Peterson from 2B, confused again. Maybe a delivery driver at the wrong door. Maybe anything normal, anything explainable. But I didn't believe it, not even a little. I stepped closer. Quiet. Careful. Like the floor might betray me if I moved too fast. I pressed my eye to the peephole. There was someone standing in the hallway. They were completely still. That was the first thing that was wrong. People shift their weight, check their phones, breathe in visible ways. This person didn't move at all. They just stood there, facing my door. The hallway light flickered on, off, on. Each flicker gave me a piece of them. A dark coat, hands hanging at their sides, a head tilted slightly downward. I couldn't see their eyes, and I was suddenly very grateful for that. Then, knock, 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 same rhythm, same calm precision, like they had all the time in the world. And then, a voice. Zara. I stopped breathing. They knew my name. I stepped back so fast my keys slipped from my hand and hit the floor with a sharp metallic sound. I pressed myself against the wall, heart pounding so loud I was sure they could hear it through the door. Zara! The voice again. Flat, calm, patient. I can hear you breathing. I covered my mouth. Silence stretched. Long. Heavy. My fingers fumbled for my phone. I unlocked it. No signal. Nothing. No bars, no Wi-Fi. I looked at the router across the room. The little lights, always blinking, always alive, were completely dark, like something had switched them off. I'm not going to hurt you, the voice said. And that made everything worse, because people who mean no harm don't say that. Not at 3 a.m, not through a closed door. I forced myself to speak. Who are you? Silence. How did you get in here? Nothing. And then something slid under the door. A photograph. It stopped just short of my feet. I stared at it for a long moment before picking it up. It was me, walking home. Tonight, under the yellow streetlight on Caldwell Street. My coat, my bag, my posture, everything exactly as it had been less than an hour ago. They had been following me, watching me, waiting, and they wanted me to know. My hands started shaking. Not fear anymore, not just fear. This was something colder, something sharper. I looked closer at the photograph. And that's when I saw it. In the background, across the street, there was a figure standing in a doorway, watching. And in the far corner of the image, barely visible, there was another shape, closer. On my side of the street, that's when it hit me. There wasn't just one of them. There were at least two, maybe more. I didn't scream, I didn't run. I went to the kitchen, I grabbed the heaviest knife I had, then the fire extinguisher from under the sink. I dragged the couch across the door, blocking it. "Police are on their way," I said, louder now, stronger. A lie. "No, they aren't," the voice replied. A pause. "Your phone doesn't work." My stomach dropped. They knew. Which meant this wasn't random. This wasn't chance. This was planned. I backed away slowly and sat behind the couch, gripping the knife so tightly my hands started to ache. The extinguisher rested against my leg, cold and heavy. I waited. Minutes stretched into something unrecognizable. No more knocking, no more voice. Just silence. At 4:47 a.m., it stopped feeling like something was outside the door. At 4:51, the router lights came back on. At 4:52, my phone signal returned, like nothing had ever been wrong. I called the police. They came, they searched the building, no signs of forced entry, no one in the halls. They checked the security cameras. And here's the part that still wakes me up at night. The footage showed an empty hallway. All night. No one outside my door, no dark coat, no pale hands, nothing, just me, inside, alone. They returned the photograph a week later. No fingerprints, no trace. Dead end, they said. I moved out 2 months later. Ground floor now. If I need to run, I want a door, not a fall. I still work nights. I still come home late. And I still leave the stove light on. But now, I don't walk with my head down anymore. I look at doorways, I look at shadows, and every 30 steps I look behind me. Because here's what I know now. They don't always break in. Sometimes, they just knock, and wait, and learn you, and wait some more, until you feel safe again, until you stop checking. So if you hear it, 3 knocks, polite, unhurried. In the middle of the night, just remember, not every visitor wants to come in. Some of them are waiting for you to invite them, or to believe they were never there at all.